Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and pushing the notification bell. If you're also new to the channel, which I don't have any subscribers of course, but I'm hoping to gain, we will be discussing the soccer predictions today for the Uefa Champions League. So I will be uploading videos every single day on the picks that are playing for the day. So I will be sharing my tips, which usually amounts to two odds, which automatically meaning that whatever stake you're going to be betting on, you're just going to be doubling your money. So if you're going to be betting on $50, 50 Rand, whatever the currency that you're in, if the bet slip is going to win, then you're just going to double your money. So whichever stake, if it's going to be 50 or 100 bucks, you're just going to get the return of 200, so meaning it's 100% profit. Okay, let's get into it. One specific game I'd like to look at is the Tottenham game and the Frankfurt. These two teams played against each other last week, and the game ended on 0-0, which was a huge disappointment because these two teams are high-scoring teams. So I would like to give them the benefit of the doubt. The standings are pretty much tight. The rankings are 2 and 3, but obviously the goal difference for Tottenham is actually 0. Frankfurt is 2. So I think the best bet is just to play goals. The safer market would be the over 1.5. So I'm just going to go on my bookie. The bookie that I use is Betway. You can use whatever bookie that you prefer. The odds are pretty much the same, if not similar. Obviously, sometimes they obviously do tweak here and there, but it's not a problem. So you can use any bookie. It's going to be Betway, one times bet, can be Hollywood bets, can be anything. So I'm just going to scroll down to the Tottenham game in Frankfurt. So Tottenham are playing at home. So we're just going to go on more bets. Okay, and then I'm just going to scroll down to the overs and unders. So this is a pretty reasonable bet to make. So 1.22, which is something that you can play. Okay, these were yesterday's picks. Let me just cancel them out. So we're just going to start afresh today. So there we go, over 1.5. So let's just, if you don't want to play goals, we can just look at the history. So you can play the corner market. So obviously in the corners, 6 out of 6 games, Tottenham has had a total of maybe 10.5 corners, which is 11 and downwards. So no, actually, yes, 10 and downwards and not 11, sorry. So let's just go and look at the odds. So I'm going to search the corner market right here. So I'm going to type corner and then just search overs and unders. So the under 10.5, it's going to give you 1.43. So if you want to play in a much safer market, you can actually go for under 11.5. If you think that maybe there are going to be more corners, I wouldn't recommend playing high because 8.5 is a bit risky. The chance of that happening is very high. So a safer market would be under 10.5 or under 11.5. So I'm just going to leave them here and just to see how we're going to play around the odds, just to see which one suits you best. So in case you want to go for the bookings, you can just go to the booking markets. The booking markets, because obviously it showed us that 4 out of 5 times where these teams have played against each other, it was less than 4.5 cards. But I'd really just want to play in goals or corners. So let's just go into another team. Okay, another team that I know that they will be willing to seal going through to the knockout stages is Bayern Munich. But the Bayern Munich game, I don't think you're gonna get much more odds out of it. So I would pretty much not even bet on it because it doesn't really make sense. The odds are way too low. Well, it's fine if you want to add on, but I really believe that they're going to be winning today's game against them. So I know even if you play the goals market, it's going to be incredibly low, so 1.5, but I think you can trust on Bayern Munich to score at least 3 goals. So this is one market that you can look at. It's a good market that you can bet on. In terms of obviously corners as well, let's just go to the Bayern Munich game, which is this one. So let's just go to the matches so we can just see the corners. 6 out of 7 games have been less than 10.5 corners. I know maybe people are willing to play over 8.5 corners or maybe more than 10.5 corners. But if you search on the history, corners don't really happen in the game unless if obviously Bayern Munich is going to be trailing behind, they're going to be attacking more, so meaning that might amount to having more corners. So, but if they're going to be scoring first, then now the corners are going to be way less because they are much a more position playing kind of team. So obviously they're going to hold the ball more, so you might actually average at least maybe 3 to 4 corners per half. So it might amount to 8, 9, or 10, somewhere there. So, but you would actually count on them scoring. So you might want to consider giving them over 2.5, meaning the game is going to end on at least 3 goals and more. So in terms of bookings, I'm not really sure, but obviously you just that this is my pick that this is more likely to happen. So Bayern Munich over 2.5. Their previous game, let's just see how it ended. They scored 5-0. I think in the first half it was already 3-0 or 4-0 up. So we can just go into it and then just check. Yeah, okay, this is I forgot to mention that I used SofaScore to analyze. So in the first half it was actually they scored 3 goals. And in the second half it was actually just 2. Because I think they were making subs just to save, just to rest their players. So I think let's just look at Bayern Munich's history just to see how many goals you're willing to expect. So let me just go to matches and I'm just going to scroll down, go to Bayern Munich. Their previous game ended on 2-2, so it's over 2.5. Bayern Munich 5-0 over 2.5. Bayern Munich 4-0 over 2.5. This is unfortunate they lost, but we're going to go with the most recent form, so which is the last 3 games. I usually go for the last 5, but obviously these team is a high scoring team, so I really count on them just to go score 3 goals. If it doesn't happen, it's unfortunate, we just have to move on, but I still believe that over 2.5 is more likely to happen. So let's just move on to another game. Another game I would want to look at. Okay, let me just go back to the Bayern Munich game and just include the corners just to see which one you prefer. Corners under 10.5 and 11.5. We're just going to include the both just to see which one you prefer. Under 12.5 is also good because it's less riskier and it's more likely to happen. So I'm just going to leave them in here and then we'll see later what to do with them. So another pick that I would like to play, I would either go for the Liverpool Rangers game or the Barcelona Inter game. Let me just go to the Barcelona Inter game. Barcelona Inter game, if you're going to go to matches, Barcelona, they're a really good team and they play really good soccer. They concede a whole lot of yellow cards, usually most of the time, because you can see 4 out of 5, which is this market. They are always yellow cards, maybe more than at least 3.5 where Barcelona is concerned, especially if they concede first. If they concede first, they're full of young players, so there are a lot of fouls, there are a lot of yellow cards, so that's a market that you want to play. Or it's either you can just give them the double chance, either team to win, Barcelona or Inter, because if you can look at the standings, this is a home game for Barcelona, so Barcelona would be looking to getting you in, so they can stay in, so they can actually qualify for the knockout stages. So Bayern Munich, they just need a win just to qualify, because I don't think they have qualified yet. But if they win the next game against Victoria, then it means that they're going to be qualifying. So I think they're going to clinch this game. So for Inter Milan, let's just go Inter and Barcelona. Let's just wait for it to load. Okay, I'm just going to scroll down. This is the game, Barcelona against Inter Milan. So you're just going to go on more bets, the double chance. It's either Barcelona or Inter Milan will win. So here, it doesn't matter how many goals they score. You just need any team to win. So this is actually a good market to play. Over 1.5 is reasonable, considering that the game last week ended on 1-0, and Barcelona had a lot of chances, same as Inter Milan. So it was just unfortunate that obviously a lot of people have been betting on over 1.5, but it ended on 1-0. So Inter was winning. So bookings, you can obviously look at playing the over 4.5, as I said, because let's just look at the stats, matches. Okay, let's go here. Barcelona, and I think they're playing with Celta Vigo. This is the most recent game which they won 1-0. So you're just going to look at the stats. So there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 yellow cards, so which is over 4.5. If I'm just going to scroll down, you can see obviously 4 and 2. So it doesn't matter if Barcelona are going to be getting more yellow cards or their opponents, but the game usually ends on more yellow cards. So this is something to look at as well. Corners, usually it's under 10.5, 11.5, because Barcelona are possession playing team, so they don't usually, I would say, shoot that much. They do, but they don't convert into corners. So, which is something that you can look at. Okay, let's just go back just to see Inter and Barcelona. I'm just going to go to another recent game that they've played. Let me go to matches. Okay, Barcelona. Okay, the Inter game. Let's just see if it ended on over 4.5. Let's just wait for it to load. So you can see we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, this was on the bench, so they don't count. So just yellow cards count only if the players are on the pitch. So don't stress if you have played an under and then you see yellow cards given on coaches. They don't actually count against your bet. So this is something that you can know. So the game ended on 5-2 cards, which is 7 cards, which is over 4.5, which is 5 cards. So this is a really good market that you can bet on Barcelona. And then let me just go to the corner market. Corners, overs and unders. So under 10.5 and 11.5. So these are obviously markets that you can play. So let me just go, and we're just gonna focus more on looking at the stats just to see if there has been less than 10.5 corners going on for Barcelona and Inter. Less than 10.5 corners, as you can see, 4 out of 5 times. Oh, also, this is something interesting to see. Where Inter Milan are playing, there's always been 4.5 corners in the last 5 games. So 5 out of 5, 4.5 corners, 4.5 cards, sorry. And for Barcelona, 4.5 cards as well. So that is a really good market that you can play. So it's actually very good just to look for markets that you're going to be getting more than two odds. So at least maybe your return on the betting is actually very good. So these are the picks that we've taken. So obviously more of them are conflicting each other. This is why we're getting the yellow one. I don't know, because unless if you're building a bet, because I know bookies, there are bookies that they can actually combine this. So for this one that I'm using, I think I would count on the Tottenham game to end on at least 2 goals. So I'm just gonna deselect the, the rest of the Tottenham games. So meaning I'm just gonna stick with this one. So you can either choose the under 10.5 or 11.5. It's completely up to you, whichever one suits you best. But I would actually go for this one. And I'm not saying this is guaranteed to happen, so you can go for whatever that makes sense. So I was just trying um, to analyze and just to see which outcomes are more likely to happen. The Bayern Munich game, I would obviously try and go for goals if it's up to me, but you can go for corners as well. So I think which is something that will really work for you. The Barcelona Inter game, I would really play the bookings. So the bookings are a good one to choose. And then obviously the total, let me just cancel these ones out. So you can see the total odds is 2.6. I'm just going to cancel these ones. So obviously you've seen which ones we're going for. So we just go for the ones that are best suited for you. I'm really hoping for this to win. So 2.16 odds. So whichever amount that you're going to be playing, let's just say you're going to be playing, you're going to be staking $100. You're going to be getting at least double that amount. So if it's going to be 500, it's going to be 1,000. So whichever one that you want to play. So something that's really likely to happen. So also, if I can go into another market, maybe there's a game that you want to play. Rangers and Liverpool is a really good game. So I know even if we look at the standings, Liverpool are looking to be in it. Rangers are still looking for their first win, but Liverpool are too strong. I'm not sure if they're going to be strong enough to beat Liverpool because the previous match they have lost 2-0. Liverpool more than 2.5 goals, Rangers more than 2.5 goals, but you can see obviously the game ended on 1-1. No, 2-0. I'm sorry, not 1-1. So it has been 2 goals. So more than 10.5 corners. Liverpool are getting a lot of corners. So more than 10.5 corners. So I wouldn't really play under 10.5 corners with teams that are actually 4 out of 5 times are getting more than 10.5 corners. For Liverpool as well, unless this is a really good game to play at least maybe 8.5. Or let's look at the corner market for this game. Just give me a moment, guys. Okay, it is not working. There we go. Our bets. Then let me just search for the corner market so it can be a bit bigger. Corner. So moreover 8.5. Yeah, you're willing to play this one because I think maybe this is a market that could really happen. Also, Liverpool they convert a lot of shots to corners. So if let's look at their previous game ranges, let's just see how many corners they had. Let me just scroll down. As you can see, 13 corners and 1 corner, so which amounted to 14. So if this was you on last week playing over 8.5 corners, you would have won that bet. So playing under 10.5 is a bit risky on this one because obviously a lot of shots would convert to a lot of blocked shots. Blocked shots meaning obviously they'll go over the line and then convert to a corner. So Liverpool is a tricky one. So also in terms of cards, you might want to play under because you can see it's only just 2 yellow cards in the game. So if you're going to be playing this game, over 8.5 would be a really good pick. I would really count on Liverpool winning because they're not having a really pleasant time in the English Premier League. So maybe giving them a straight win will also be something that you can consider. The goal market, I'm not really sure. But over 1.5, it's incredible low odds. So I don't know. But if you feel that you want to play this one just to add on more odds to increase your chances of getting more money, that's also fine. So if, however, I would include the over 8.5, then I would. Your total odds would be 3.22, I mean, sorry. And then that would just conclude the day. So this is how I actually analyze all the games. So you can actually do the same if you want more, but I'm strictly gonna be sticking to 2 odds. So these are only the 3 games that I would recommend. Or maybe obviously you can see we went through the market, so you can see which one also you can play corners, and then that'll be it. So guys, please consider subscribing. I will be uploading another video tomorrow just to there was going to be a Europa League games tomorrow, so we will be analyzing again just to see which are more likely to happen. So please consider subscribing and pushing the notification bell so you know when the video comes out, then you're going to be sorted for tomorrow's game. So I will see you tomorrow. Thank you and bye bye.